Hello, I'd like to talk to you about Asch's classic conformity study in a church board setting. I currently serve as chairman of the board for a church. I have served on church boards for over 16 years. We are grateful that we enjoy a lot of peaceful, loving communications as we strive to take care of the needs of the congregation, its programs, the building, and the church grounds. A normal business meeting begins with prayer and reading of the previous board meeting's minutes along with other reports, such as the financial state of the ministry. Continuing, we get down to what actually needs are present and what can be done to make it happen. Once that is accomplished, we put a price on what it will cost to achieve its completion. In order to have approval to use money from the church treasury, we must have a vote to determine if it is the will of the board to proceed by a simple majority of the people present. The vote is kept very informal for most matters that address the church. As chairman of the board, I usually say, if there is no further discussion on this matter, I will simply ask you to lift your hand and say aye if you want this proposal to pass, and say nay if you don't. With that said, all in favor, lift your hand and say aye. I'll pause to allow that all that wish to approve to lift their hand, and then I'll lower my hand, and all opposed, lift your hand and say nay. With that said, in all the years that I've been on a board, I have never seen an item up for vote fail to go through. There has been only one time in my memory that we've had one person lift up their hand and say nay. To be frank, we were surprised. The gentleman that had the courage to say nay explained that he hadn't quite understood the whole process and wanted more information. As we are a fun-loving group, we took time to explain it more thoroughly and laughingly gave him the nickname Naysayer. You could tell by his demeanor that he was a bit sheepish about having done it. Recently, though, we had a formal congregational meeting. During this meeting, we voted on several issues. The main issues to be voted on were to place leaders in place for service, and also to update our organizational bylaws. Whenever we do this, we are required by our bylaws to have a minimum of 75% of all voters' approval before being able to place a leader into service or change our bylaws. During the meeting, we took necessary time to explain why we believe that person up for vote were eligible to serve, and we explained why the changes were needed to the bylaws. We fielded any questions with what we thought were satisfactory reasons. At the end of this process, I asked if everyone was comfortable bringing these matters to a vote. Once I was assured that the process should move forward, I produced ballots with the items up for vote listed on them. The vote was to be done anonymously to make everyone comfortable in expressing their true feelings. Once everyone marked their ballots, we collected and counted them. The end result was not what we expected, though. The manner that all expressed publicly in such a positive manner took a turn when the vote became anonymous. The change to the bylaws were not agreed upon. As in Asch's conformity experiments, when individuals have a choice to disagree with the group, they frequently conform to the group's choice, right or wrong. This is what social psychologists call normative social influence. And as in his experiments, when individuals were protected from group by anonymity, they felt free to express their true thoughts. Having experienced this firsthand, it will be my personal goal to have anonymous votes whenever possible to encourage the group to express their true beliefs. Thank you for your time.